Pleasant day, everyone. Welcome to Camglish.com. This is Teacher Jara, your teacher in learning and experiencing English grammar. Let's learn English in a fun and easy way through the use of Essential Grammar in Use, 3rd edition by Raymond Murphy. Let's now begin. For today, we will discuss Unit 87. We will experience the words old, older, expensive, and more expensive. So, are you familiar with these words? You were right. These words are called comparative adjectives. What are comparative adjectives? These are used to compare the difference between two nouns or a collective noun. So let's have more examples of comparative adjectives. Let's all together read the samples. Old, older, heavy, heavier, expensive, more expensive. So in this case, the words older, heavier, and more expensive are comparative forms of the adjectives old, heavy, and expensive. Now, let's be familiar with the rules for using comparative adjectives. First rule: ER is added to the end of one syllable adjective, like the words old. It will become older. Nice, nicer. Slow, slower. Late, later. Cheap, cheaper. And the last sample, big, bigger. So how about your samples? Can you give examples of words with one syllable? Let's have more examples, like the words cold, colder, small, smaller. Let's have another rule. Second rule: if an adjective ends with a consonant, vowel, consonant, then the last consonant is doubled, like in the sample here. Big, bigger. It's consonant, vowel, then consonant. That's why we doubled letter G to make the comparative form of big. Next sample: hot, hotter. Thin, thinner. So did you get it? Now we are done with 2 rules. Let's add another one. So, if there are adjectives ending in Y, we should change Y to I, then add ER, like in the examples easy, easier. We change Y to I, then add ER. Another examples: heavy, heavier. Early, earlier. How about you? Can you give me more examples of this rule? One example is happy, happier. Now let's have examples of sentences using the comparative form of the adjectives. We have the sentence Rome is old, but Athens is older. So older is the comparative form of the adjective old. Next sentence Is it cheaper to go by car or by train? So we cannot say more cheap, okay? Helen wants a bigger car. Fourth sentence, this coat is okay, but I think the other one is nicer. For the last sentence, don't take the bus. It's easier to take a taxi. So can you give me more examples of sentences with comparative forms of adjectives? Great job! So let's have a sample sentence here. I came earlier than my sister. So earlier is the comparative form of the word early. Let's remember that the word than is usually used after the comparative adjective, okay? So like in this sentence. Now let's have another sample of comparative adjectives. Far, further. So in this case, the comparative form of the adjective is different with the spelling of its original form, okay? Let's have a sample sentence. How far is it to the station? A mile? No, it's further. About 2 miles. So, I hope you learned a lot from today's lesson. Again, this is Teacher Jara, your teacher in learning English grammar. I hope you will enroll in Camglish.com. See you in our next video. Bye-bye!